Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen. Alright, today I'm gonna do some ribs. You're like, dude, come on, Little Coffee Bean's already done that several years back. You're right, she did. And they're absolutely amazing, that 3-2-1 method. Now here's the problem with the ribs. Most of the guys will do it with mustard and apple cider vinegar or a little bit of apple juice. Okay, that's normally the common method for ribs. But today, I'm gonna show you a much better version that has mayonnaise. That's right, mayonnaise. No mustard, no apple cider vinegar, and no apple juice. And these ribs are so amazing that people that hate mayonnaise come back for more. Stay with me and I'm gonna show you how it's done. Okay, so what are some of the ingredients you need? Well, I used about a half a jar of Best Food mayonnaise. Now, some parts of the country you guys use something called Duke's. I haven't found it here on the West Coast, but I heard it's really amazing, but this one's pretty good too, okay? Do not use any type of like Miracle Whip or salad dressing, it won't work. It's gotta be real mayonnaise, okay? About a half a jar here. It's kind of in a measuring cup. All right, I like this from Costco, organic, no salt seasoning, okay? I don't like to use a lot of salt on my stuff. So I got about 2 tablespoons of each one here in these little cups. You got the organic, no salt seasoning. We got some white pepper if you've got it. If not, black pepper will be fine. This says granulated onion. It's not. I'm actually using some chopped onion, but I'm gonna grind it up to an onion powder. But if you've got granulated onion, go ahead and use that. And some garlic powder. Each one of these is 2 tablespoons. Now what I'm gonna do is throw them in my blender real quick because I've gotta chop up, this onion here and make it into a powder. Are you ready? We're going to take the powder that we just blended up and we're going to now dump it into the mayonnaise. Okay? Then you're going to kind of mix it up as much as you can. It's going to become like a paste. Okay guys, so that is the paste or the mixture that you kind of want. Really nice, thick. And now what we're going to put off to the side, we're going to go ahead and prepare the ribs. And a lot of you guys are asking, how do you remove the silver skin? I'm going to show you right now. So how do you remove the silver skin? Well, I like to use a fork, kind of find it. I noticed that not all ribs seem to have the silver skin on it, but I also noticed if you take a paper towel, once you get it up and you start pulling it, the paper towel helps to grip the silver skin. And just start pulling it off. And there you go. It's actually quite simple. Just use the paper towel and get off as much as you can. And remember, not all ribs, in my experience, seem to have the silver skin. I'm not sure if it's the store that is taking them off, when you buy them, or what's happening. Man. Okay. So now that the ribs pretty much have been, the silver skin's been removed from the ribs, I put them with the bone side facing up. And now what we're going to do is take this mixture, and we're using the gloves because we like to take the mixture, and we're just going to grab a little bit at a time and rub it all over, okay? So basically, a lot of you guys will say, oh, what about the dry herbs and dry spices and stuff? What's going on with that? Well, because I mixed it with the mayo, it's going to kind of penetrate with the mayonnaise, okay? You coat everything. Coat the sides and just, grab it. Grab it as much as you want. And remember, the mixture that I made of the mayonnaise is good for about 4 ribs. Sometimes you can get 6 ribs out of there. But you know what? You can always make more of the mixture if needed. Okay? And again, kind of, put it on the liver. Keep going. Rub it in there. And get it nice and coated. All right. Now, as far as the method of what I do with my ribs, I like the 3-2-1. A lot of you guys will comment, oh, that ruins it, that makes the meat fall off the bone. I'll tell you, I like it when the meat falls off the bone. And everybody that I served it to agrees. They like it that way. So, you know, cook it your style, okay? The only thing I'm showing you is how to do it differently with the mayo versus the mustard. Now, we're still gonna go ahead and throw it in the smoker. We're gonna go ahead and go somewhere around 225. That's the magic number. Sometimes when I do the first 3 hours, I'll even lower the temperature and, you know, increase the smoke a little bit on my grill. Okay. Again, remember, coat these ribs really good. We flip them over. You know, rub it on there really good. Get the kids involved. You know, I know that you guys are missing a little coffee bean. You know, what can I say? You know, 14, almost 15, teenagers. You know, they have their own thing that they do. In fact, right now she's probably sleeping. But you know, I'm sure she'll come back sometime. You know, especially with you guys, the fans, asking for her. I tell her. I read her the comments that you guys write. So if you guys have anything you want to tell Little Coffee Bean, you know, post the comments below. More than welcome to. All right, yeah. So that mixture is almost about out. So I got about 4 ribs with that mixture. Okay. So that way you kind of know the count. So half a jar of the mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of each of the spices. As you can see, it didn't do too bad. Okay, now as far as the grill, I'm just gonna go ahead and fire that up. I'm gonna throw them in the grill. I'm sure you guys seen enough of those videos. Maybe I might do a real quick, you know, spot real quick once I get it in the grill. Okay. Now we're gonna smoke this for 3, maybe 4 hours, give or take. Now, the next step after that is when you get to the wrapping part, and that I'm gonna show you that when that happens, because we're not just doing the mayonnaise. There's some other stuff we're gonna add to this when it comes to the wrapping. Sit back, relax, you're watching Crazy Dave's Kitchen. All right guys, so I took the ribs and I laid them into my Traeger here, and we're gonna go ahead and fire this grill up. Right now it's on standby. We're gonna go all the way over here, and we're actually gonna go ahead and set this baby for the temperature now. And we're gonna do about 225. There we go. Now what's cool is for those of you guys that have the Smoke Daddy controller, you notice that sometimes if water gets behind her, it starts to flip out. So I had my uncle make this beautiful box right here, and kind of, you know, little design, and it actually made it kind of semi-waterproof, at least out here in California, but of course it doesn't rain much. But the grill's going. We're gonna go ahead and let this sit here for about 3 hours, and we'll continue the video. Okay guys, so this came out of the smoker. It's been in there for about 3.5 hours. Look at that amazing color. All right, next up, we're gonna go ahead and go into the wrapping. Okay, so now we did some brown sugar here, and I'm happen to use dark brown sugar. Just gonna coat the backside a little bit. I'm adding some honey. This honey I've got from the city of Independence, which is up on the 395 out here in California. So we're just gonna take a little bit of this honey here and just drizzle it on the backside, okay? All right, now once you get a little bit of honey in here, as you can see, just kind of, you know, rub it in there a little bit if you can. Actually, it's gonna make a bigger mess. But normally, if it's not cold, the honey's really good. That's okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and flip it over. We're gonna take the honey and we're gonna drizzle it again. Just do a real quick drizzle. And just let it kind of run down. All right, now once it's done running down, that's when we're gonna come back over to the brown sugar and sprinkle the brown sugar on here. And kind of let it sit there for a little bit. The brown sugar is going to absorb a little bit of the moisture of the honey. Now, if it becomes too dry, what I like to do next is I add a little bit of water. I don't want to add the apple juice like some people do. Because I noticed that when it happens, it becomes too much sugar, and then you end up burning the ribs during the process of wrap. All right, well that's it. We're gonna add a little bit of water, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap these babies up and put them back in the smoker. Okay, so as far as the water, just, get a little cup, fill it with some water, and just use your fingers and sprinkle it on there. Now you notice that the water starts to make this stuff like run. You want that just like that. Beautiful. You want everything to be a little bit on the moist side. And then wrap them up. Now that the ribs have been wrapped up and in the smoker here for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, we're going to remove the foil, but we're not taking the ribs off of the trays. And then we're gonna add my favorite Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and finish it off for the next hour. This is what the ribs look like when I open them up, exposing them a little bit here, right before I get ready to coat them with the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the foil from these. Look how amazing that is. Beautiful. Now I just opened up a second pack and look at that steam coming out of there. Now I'm adding my Sweet Baby Ray's, and I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle it on, and then I'm going to use a little brush and brush it on nice and thick. There we go. Yum. Now, one of the reasons why I leave it on the tray is that you see when you unwrap it, you get a lot of the juices still. Save that. And you can use it and baste your ribs for the last hour. Come back every so often, use your brush, grab that sauce, and baste it. Then when you're all done, you still don't throw it away. Drain that into like a bowl or something, and you can actually use that for basting, or you can even use it, add a little bit more barbecue sauce to it, and use it as an extra dipping sauce. Well, there you go, guys. That's what it looks like coming out of the grill. Let me zoom in here, take a look at that. Now make sure you don't lick your TV screen and all, okay? But there you go. Well, next time you decide to do ribs, instead of mustard, try the mayonnaise and see what happens. Now, some of you were asking whether or not it creates a bark. Not really. It's just more flavor. I feel that the ribs are juicier, tender, and overall, they're just absolutely amazing. Well, there you go.